It happens every day, all the time. You're just wandering around the internet, minding your own business, clicking on interesting cat videos, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, bam! Newsletter subscription form, pop-up advertisement, some other annoying, unasked for attention trying to dominate your consciousness, trying to get you to click, trying to get you to interact, trying to get you to build a relationship with somebody you've never met. Why? Why? I'm Colin Wright, and you are watching Consider This. So these pop-ups, these subscription forms, these other obtrusive means of interacting, these are all extensions of traditional advertising, traditional marketing tactics. It goes all the way back to newspapers and cuneiform tablets. There was somebody out there stamping annoying cuneiform pop-ups on people's epics of Gilgamesh and such. Now, regardless of the medium, the intent of these pop-ups and advertisements and other forms of marketing is to create demand. Demand for a product, demand for a service, and this is the result of the Industrial Revolution, at which point we were suddenly able to create an insane amount of stuff very cheaply, and the more we produce on scale, the cheaper the production becomes. And so as a result, all of these products become insanely cheap so long as we can sell all of them that we're producing, and we're producing a great number of them. So entire professions were developed around trying to get people to want this thing that we suddenly have a bajillion of. So marketing on the whole by itself makes a lot of sense. It means that everything that we get is a little bit cheaper than it would be otherwise, because we're able to produce on scale and benefit from that scale. Of course, now we live in an age where we produce not just atoms, but pixels. And as a result, the cost of production, once you build something and you can reproduce it infinitely for essentially nothing, it costs very, very little to reproduce an app compared to, say, a bicycle. And so the amount of demand that's required to continuously scale this industry is immense. It's potentially infinite. And so marketers then become more and more desperate because they're trying to create more and more demand for this thing that they can never quite sell enough of. And the result of this is something that Seth Godin calls interruption marketing. So interruption marketing is a pop-up, it's a commercial on television. You're trying to watch or read or interact with something, and this advertisement pops up and interrupts you. It interrupts your enjoyment of this thing that you actually want to be taking in. This is annoying. Nobody actually likes this. Someone somewhere believes that this is actually a good idea to take an obnoxious advertisement and slap it in somebody's face when they're trying to enjoy something else. It's tradition. It's something that we've always done. It's the way that we interact with our products and our brands. And this is something, as a result, that advertisers were able to get away with for a very, very long time. But now, today, in the age where more of us control what we see, when we see it, how we take it in, what media on which we take it in, these people trying to control our attention, trying to control our clicks, trying to control what we see and when, doesn't work anymore. What we're seeing right now is a segue point. It's a pivot moment in which consumers, the viewers of this content, have more control. And we're able to look at this and say, screw that, I don't want to see these annoying advertisements. Click, and then all the advertisements disappear. We can TiVo past anything that we don't want to see on the airwaves, and we can use ad blockers on our phones, on our computers, anywhere these annoying, obtrusive ads pop up. Now, some people within traditional entities, within traditional marketing entities in particular, would have you believe that this is the end of the world. But what it really is an indication of a change in the way that we take in information and the way that we share information. And the result of this is that we are living on social networks. We are interacting, we are sharing, and we have a very fully fleshed out and well-developed and interconnected reputation economy. We are living in an age where your star rating on Yelp matters more than the glossy Super Bowl ad that you spent millions of dollars producing. And what this means is that in a lot of cases, not every case, but a lot of cases, the consumers actually have more power. We can brag on companies that do well. We can share it with our friends. We can tell everybody about it. We can blog about it. We can Instagram about it. And we can make known the excesses and the downsides of other companies as well. If somebody treats you badly, if they have terrible customer service, if their product falls apart, it's very unlikely that they'll get away with that these days. Whereas in the past, they could have just put up another glossy ad and they're fine. They could spin control everything. That's no longer possible. Rather than a company succeeding based on the strength of a really contagious jingle or slogan, now word spreads based on how they actually treat customers and the quality of their product. Like with any turning point, it is up to us to make sure that this movement sticks and continues to move in the right direction. It's very, very possible that this could be a flash in the pan, that it could disappear without us maintaining it, that it could be taken over by the very forces that it's meant to keep in line. And so what we have to do is vote with our attention and with our dollars. The people who play well, the people who use marketing as a positive thing, as something to amplify their brand, something to create value, and not to interrupt us when we're trying to take in other types of content, who don't assume relationships with us, who don't say sign up for our newsletter before they've even interacted with us. The companies that are going to be good community members and that are going to create something of value consistently, so that we will go out and brag on them. We will do the footwork for them. That's the exchange. That's the trade that we're making. Today, in essence, what we're saying is that companies and corporations and brands do not deserve a relationship with us. They have to earn it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to hear more on this topic and many other topics, feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, you can click the little thumbs up like button, which would be very helpful. And feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below as well, because this is an interesting topic and it's still a growing, changing thing, and there's a lot to be said about it that can't be said in a very short video like this one. If you want to find out more about me and my work, you can either Google Colin Wright, or you can go to colin.io, where you can see my list of books, some of the speaking engagements that I've had in the past, and things of that nature. Thanks, guys.